My name is Chris Needham, and I'll be telling the Sneetches by Dr. Suess. Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars, but the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. The stars weren't so big, they were really so small, you might think a thing would not matter at all. But because they had stars, all the Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetches on beaches. With snoots in the air, they would sniff and they would snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sort. And when they met up, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? No, not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roast, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches, for they left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day it seemed as the plain-belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, when a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice quite clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean. I've heard of your troubles, I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that, I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you, I have what you need. My prices are low and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together his very quite peculiar machine. "You want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? Well, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside and the big machine roared, and it clunked and it bonked and it jerked and it burked and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had them at the start, "We're exactly like you, now you can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties, and now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches and they are the worst, but now how in the world will we ever know?" Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who, that's perfectly true. But come with me, friends, do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost is $10 eaches." And that machine, working precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. With snoots in the air, they paraded about. They opened their beaks and they let out a shout, "We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are the Sneetches without." Then all the others got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star was now frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them in to his star-off machine. Then on, of course, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. And all the rest of that day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again, through the machines, they raced round and about. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the star or the plain bellies knew whether this one was that one, or what one was who, or this one was what one, or who was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie, he packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. "They will never learn, now you can't teach a Sneetch." But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. That day they decided that Sneetches aren't Sneetches, and none of them are the best on the beaches. That day they forgot about stars, and whether or not they had them upon theirs.